the girls love Freddie. But Wendy found a way to put an end to all of that. So good job, Wendy. Let's give Wendy a hand. Fred was the captain of 3 sports in high school. I mean, that's not an easy feat, especially back in the early 80s. You know, it was, not that Division I meant anything, but Freddie's competitive spirit would carry the team all the time. And it didn't matter what the situation was. That guy was never going to let you put your head down. He was always going to keep you up. 3 captains, baseball, basketball, football. All right, was the only sophomore on the 1977 state championship team to letter, which, I don't know all the state championship teams, but it'd be hard-pressed to think during those late 70s there were any better football teams than that group of guys. Hamsley, a lot of you guys remember. Coburn, Lee Richards was here. Where's Lee?
I have that.
Where is he? One of the best football players I ever saw in my life right there. Let's give Lee a hand. Unbelievable. When they lost their last game of the regular season, I was a freshman in the stands watching they were undefeated. They were playing Dover, who they ended up beating in the state championship, and Lee Richards had just come in from Pease. And I remember when they got upset, they were going to go undefeated, they got beat. And I'll never forget, when the game was ended, all of a sudden this ball went 70 yards in the air. He kicked the ball in disgust. And knowing Dobney and all those other guys, you would have thought he would never play football at Portsmouth again, but 2 weeks later in those cold bleachers in Dover, they kicked Dover's ass. So let's give that 77 team a hand. And Howie Locke, Ed McElveen, and Turgeon are all here too that were on that team. So great job. I actually mentioned Zeke Richardson too. Good old Zeke. All right. Freddie was voted the most athletic for the class of 1980. All right. He went on to New England College to continue his education. He was the starting catcher on the baseball team. Something that a lot of you don't know, and I wanted to bring some of his Mo here tonight. When I go to his house and spend the night at his condo, he's got so many military awards and photos and things that none of us really ever knew of. We kind of knew, I think Freddie went to the military. If you saw the things on his wall from the military, it was the same thing you would expect from him in high school. It was unbelievable, yeah. Thank you. He served 3 years in the U.S. Army squad leader in the DMZ zone in Korea. Was shot at 86 times, he told, no. Several military achievements and awards. Was the big brother for the battalion-sponsored orphanage. All right, played on all the athletic teams. And just to sum it up, when I think of all the memories that I have Freddie Locke, the things that that always post-college, post-high school, was Freddie was always so generous.
Yeah.
He was so generous all the time. I remember coming out of college, I was landscaping with Gilly. Freddie was on that crew, Joe Tulois, Chris Flagg, some legends. All right, and I remember when Freddie finally broke off from the landscaping, he said, I'm going to go sell cars. And I said, good luck. I'll keep my $400 a week landscape job. In his second week, I was doing the lawn across from Woodbury Avenue, Holiday, and I think that's Maplewood, whatever one that is. And Freddie came up to me, he had a suit and tie on, and showed me a check. Second week, $1,400 in commission. All right? 2 weeks later, I was selling Cutco knives. For 9 years. So, like I said, what I remember from Freddie is what a great guy, how generous he is, and he would give his shirt off his back for anyone. I love this guy to death. Let's bring up Freddie Locke.
Thank you, Kevin. Listen, thanks. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I hate speaking in public, Tony Bruno can tell you that. But this is really overwhelming. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be happening. My family's coming back to Portsmouth. Very, very emotional. I'm very proud to be part of this community. And I love all of you guys. Thanks for coming.
We love you, Freddie.
All right, let's get our raffle. The first wave of raffle tickets.